Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2 between TBCBM and Th000. Th000 spawning as the purple human player over here on the top right hand side of the map, opening up with a standard Altar of Kings this time around. He will be going up against TBCBM's opening Altar of Darkness Ziggurat, most likely followed by a Tomb of Relics Crypt, and we'll see how all of that is going to be unfolding. TBCBM, even though he mined 10,000 gold less than his opponent, was able to take the game, showing that, well, in my opinion, just because Undead has a difficult time setting up an expansion and humans have an easier time setting up an expansion, it isn't always, well, that's just natural strengths and weaknesses of each of the races. You saw TBCBM transition into double slaughterhouse and got a fair number of meat wagons. I've said it in the past, the Undead army normally has a very difficult time trying to actually destroy buildings unless you use meat wagons. And because TBCBM was able to use meat wagons and use them effectively, even up against a panda who was trying to constantly breath of fire those units, he was still able to come out ahead. Obsidian statues, acolytes being brought over, repairs, and micro was enough. And eventually, even if you are, just because you're trading efficiently against your opponent and he has more gold, your experience starts to come in and starts to take away much of the issue. Now, we are looking at Th000 opening up with a paladin first. That is a definitely interesting strategy. Paladin, once it gets to level 3, becomes a major threat. The reason why is Staff of Teleportation, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, and Divine Shield allows a Paladin at level 3 to absolutely wreak havoc on any sort of mining. Undead players often only have 5 acolytes, and with only 5 acolytes, during that upgrade portion, well, you can lose a lot of gold. Let's go ahead and go after all of these units here. Forest Troll, Shadow Priest could be added here. Paladin is taking a lot more damage than he would like, and this game could quickly get away from him. Paladin down to 407 hit points. He is getting bashed, needs to back up. He needs to figure out a way to get healed, as none of these other units are really taking that much damage. Paladin, Forest Troll, Shadow Priest finally joining in. Gonna go ahead and heal up that Paladin. That Paladin is sitting at level 2. Enjoying some health from that Forest Troll, Shadow Priest as we're looking at more units getting underway. Now let's head back over here. Skeletal minions and a single Death Knight able to clear out this creep camp, not even using any ghouls. So very, very impressive right there. The Death Knight perhaps used a lot of Death Coil. No, only used, I believe, 2 Death Coils there compared to the Paladin. Paladin does need to get healed back up significantly, though. That Forest Troll Shadow Priest has plenty of mana and should be doing some work onto that Paladin right now. All right, Militia, where are they going? Are they going after this North Creep Camp here? The Paladin should, what, 155 experience? I do not believe that is going to be enough. This 333 creep camp should be just a little bit shy. He does pick up a Ring of Protection +2 as the remaining militia are going to finish off this target. Paladin is going to be in a bit of trouble here in just a second. Timing is going to be very critical. If he's able to get to level 3 off of these creep camps here, that may be enough. However, he doesn't have the necessary items to really execute the strategy that he really wants. As you can see, the Paladin now going to just simply be marching across. If he can get to level 3 first, is he going to even bother to check that creep camp? No, he is not. Just going to be rushing head on into this location. A new Ziggurat has been added. Footman now. All right, let's take a look at this. Ghouls are going to go ahead and engage. Paladin going to take a lot of damage. Divine Shield quickly used up. One Acolyte going to get canceled, as the Forest Troll Shadow Priest should really be trying to get some heals off onto this unit. Forest Troll Berserker coming in as well. That is the main damage unit, as the Paladin does not get off a Divine Shield, or sorry, excuse me, a Holy Light right there. Should be getting a Holy Light, does not do it, as that Paladin is just now at level 3. Not quite sure how he got that last bit of experience. Down across over here, the Militia clearing out the Ogre Magi creep camp. He was waiting perhaps a little bit too long, as we're now looking at a very heavy, well, Forest Troll Shadow Priest, Forest Troll Berserker army. Paladin is at level 3, has plenty of mana, but the only target to really heal is himself. Meanwhile, this Forest Troll Shadow Priest is not healing the Paladin. I don't know why. He is maxed out on mana. He should be microing to heal that Paladin pretty consistently, as that Ghoul is down to 220. There he goes. Holy Light does finish off that target. One of the reasons why the Holy Light is a little bit stronger is that it is not a missile attack. What was that? A Scroll of Town Portal accidentally being used. Perhaps he was surrounded? Not 100% sure. As you see a Death Coil go down, Holy Light is going to save that unit. No, it is not. And Th000, perhaps playing with some major lag, did not even try to heal that Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Without that Forest Troll Shadow Priest, the War of Attrition definitely will not go in his favor, as we are looking at Ring of Protection +2 and an expansion now trying to be added. Alright, Skeletal Minion does disappear into nothing. Units are trying to head back every which way. Forest Troll Berserkers getting in some easy damage here. Only the Death Knight now making its way across. And we don't see any upgrades on these towers. Death Knight, what is he going to pick up? He does have a Staff of Teleportation. Is he going to try and finish off that unit? He does get that unit, but at what cost? As the Death Knight is going to pick up a Ring of Protection +2. And now we see Militia now making their way down. Death Knight says, thank you much for the extra hit points. I definitely could use them, as the Death Knight now trying to finish off some of those low hit point peasants. Militia now making their way back down. Forest Troll Shadow Priest being hired back up, using mercenaries very effectively, as the Death Knight is in fact at level 3. Back down over here, Paladin just says, you know what, I'm going to take this opportunity to just try and do even more creeping during this time, even though now you have a Lich and a much larger army. The Militia will be forced to back up here. This Arcane Tower could get completed. The Forest Troll Shadow Priest needs the heal, and I do... auto heal not on a priest, especially when there are still so many low hit point units. All right, we could see Forest Troll abolish magic, try and clear things up. Forest Troll Shadow Priest is right there. Units are all fighting back. A big Frost Nova there. He's not healing himself. Quickly taken down. Crypt Fiends are now battling back here. The Arcane Tower trying to clear up some of these skeletal minions while removing mana from that Lich. In comes the Paladin. Paladin does have, well, a good amount of hit points and maximum mana. What is he really hoping to do here, as the Scout Towers are getting taken down? Forest Troll Berserkers finally showing up to the target, to the game, as the skeletal minions trying to finish off this creep, or this remaining expansion there. Pressure will be had, but the Arcane Tower should be more than enough to deal with it. Meanwhile, Paladin with Divine Shield now wearing off, trying to go after these Crypt Fiends. Paladin still rushing on in here. This Paladin first strategy just not holding up to his standards at all, as the Guard Tower should get canceled. Yep, gonna just go get canceled right there. Paladin unable to get a Death Coil off onto that Crypt Fiend first. If he actually got the Holy Light off right as the missile was about to hit, that would have been a perfect engagement there, as the Paladin, let's take a look at this, 326 Death Knight does not have enough mana. All right, the Paladin should be able to get that final shot off there. There is a Holy Light to finish off a Crypt Fiend. And that's only 130 mana, as you may remember. Continuing to go after all of these targets. All right, this Forest Troll Shadow Priest does get taken down, as the Paladin may get to level 4. All right, adding up that damage a little bit further. Gonna go down to 236 hit points. It gets taken down. Paladin now up to level 4 now, but that Divine Shield is only the 15-second variety. Trying to continuing this fight as well. Obsidian Statue getting taken down. So much damage to be had, as the Paladin still has a good amount of mana. Death Knight in a little bit of trouble. Let's see, Frost Nova onto a Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Is it going to be able to finish off this Death Knight? Death Knight now down to 472 hit points. Obsidian Statues are right there. The triple Forest Troll Berserkers able to deal so much damage. All right, let's take a look at this. Forest Troll Berserkers, all of these things currently engaging back and forth once more. Footman most likely going to get taken out. Wow, down to 2 hit points. Gets taken out by the creeps instead, as the Paladin does have a good amount of mana once more. Let's take a look at this. Is he going to be able to Divine Shield and do a lot of damage again? That is the big question. Paladin down to 315 hit points. There is the Divine Shield, now going after a different target instead. Is he going to be able to finish off that Crypt Fiend? Yes, he is. Beautiful target. And the Paladin actually not a bad use right now. The main reason why we even see any portion of this game to be close is that there is an expansion up, and Th000 has that Paladin. However, let's take a look at the population count. 46 compared to 40. Can he finish off this one? Crypt Fiend not without enough mana, and now that the Death Knight has those Obsidian statues, I think a comeback is in order as the Forest Troll Berserker about to get taken down. The Forest Troll Berserker down to 12 hit points. Another Crypt Fiend getting taken out here. Beautiful micro so far as we are trying to upgrade to keep. Paladin needs to get a Clarity Potion, needs to get healed back up, but the economic advantage, well, pretty much says that this game can go either way. Clarity Potion now being used. Scroll of Regeneration. Units are all going to be trying to hide back down to the south here, trying to regroup with this Forest Troll Berserker as well. Death Knight knows that, hey, there should be some easy heals to be had. Death Coil now onto that unit there. Paladin did not have enough mana. Quickly uses a Divine Shield and says, you know what? I'm going to go after that Meat Wagon. Forest Troll Berserker. All right, Meat Wagon down to 236 hit points. 30 seconds of invulnerability is a lot of damage. Mitigated, and a very, very long time indeed, as a footman is going to be able to get off another shot off there. All right, Paladin continuing to just show up to work, trying to finish off this one Meat Wagon. Meat Wagon, one more shot should do it, as the Paladin, gets surrounded. All right, Scroll of, or Staff of Teleportation is going to get away. The Meat Wagon taken down by a Forest Troll Shadow Priest Fireball, as the Paladin uses a Clarity Potion again. All right, damage is starting to poke away back at those targets. No Meat Wagon, as TBCBM is going to be forced to sit at a little bit of range, at least for now. Paladin is getting a lot of mana, already back up to 130 as we're looking at all of this get underway. A new Arcane Vault being built in the back. Death Knight off to the north here. Is that peasant going to be able to get away in time? It looks like it will not. Down to 3 hit points. Never mind. Does able to get away as the Paladin shows up to the party and says, hey, it's your uninvited friend that you cannot touch. Ready to engage. All right, Forest Troll Berserker trying to get back again. Death Coil getting finished off. Death Knight now trying to head back once more as the Paladin was unable to heal up any of those units. Phone ringing, very annoying. As you're going to take a look, Lich is going to go ahead and try to fight again. Town Hall, ready to go. Repairs underway. Peasants getting underway again. A lot of repairs to be had. One Meat Wagon in the back. Frost Armor now right there as the Paladin, well, tries to slip through again. Forest Troll Shadow Priest getting in some additional damage, but the Forest Troll Shadow Priest quickly taken out. You cannot be relying on mercenary units at this stage in the game when the Death Knight is at level 4 and the Lich is at level 2. Frost Nova Death Coil pretty much instantaneously able to finish all of this off. Meat Wagon is still right here trying to get away. Frost Armor, a major factor in this game, slowing down the Paladin's attack. Now remember, the Paladin in 1.29 has a little bit, well, has less time on that Divine Shield, but his attack speed is also significantly faster, though, as you see a Scroll of Town Portal used back to teleport there. All right, where is that Paladin? Paladin's in the back here. Potion of Healing, Clarity Potion will be ready to go. No Storm Bolts to be had. We are going into Griffins and Dragonhawk Riders. Very interesting choice there. Griffins and Dragonhawk Riders. Griffins, great at taking down the Meat Wagons. And it is going to come down to whether or not, Web has been researched. All right, by the time the Griffins are out, ready to go, Web is going to be in play, shutting down those units. You can take a look. 3 Meat Wagons able to deal so much damage right here. Even with Masonry upgrades, so many peasants trying to repair, and that is all for naught. Meat Wagons now heading back off to the north, saying, you know what, I'm going to go after your critical buildings, and what can you really do about this? All right, Dragonhawk Rider is going to go ahead and start picking apart these Meat Wagons, and this is going to be an interesting call here. Wait, what is that? Why is that? Why break off from that right now? You know that you need to protect your natural or your main base right now. Militia being called over, but no, he's going to try and go after all of these units. Instead, you can take a look. There is There is a cloud over the undead base. Acolyte's going to start to get taken down. Holy Light finishing off some units. A Paladin could try and use a Scroll of Town Portal as the Griffin is still overhead. There goes another unit there. Acolytes need to start getting repaired. What is going on? Death Knight does have an Orb of Corruption joining in on the attack in the air as the Paladin still looking around saying, you know what? I am now at level 5. Paladin first. Going up against the Undead. No more mining happening at all as the Black Citadel unable to... Does it stop production? Is that the reason why? Death Coil, Holy Light is going to save it. No, it is not. As, well, the units are now able to engage again. All right, Holy Light able to save once more as the Death Knight still wandering back around here. You can take a look. Meat Wagons are still right off over here. We are now rebuilding that expansion back down to the south. Death Knight still engaging once more. Death Knight sitting at level 4. Paladin sitting at level 5. But the problem with a level 6 Paladin and going air is that your resurrection ability does not work for them. Since they do not leave skeletons, you cannot actually do anything. Cloud, perhaps, no more gold at all. No gold in order to train on Acolyte, as you can take a look. Dragonhawk Rider trying to hide overhead and will be able to do exactly that. Meat Wagons now making their way back over here. The Town Hall going to get taken down. Griffins going after the Meat Wagons, and that is going to be the end of that. This Undead strategy relying all of a sudden on Meat Wagons, and this was a beautiful transition and forethought by Th000 to know, hey, you know what? Meat Wagons, I can actually go after the Destroyer, or excuse me, the Obsidian statues, and also those Meat Wagons, take them down, and perhaps get my Paladin to a very high level. Paladin now sitting at level 5.5. If he gets to level 6, he could get level 3 Divine Shield, since Resurrection is pretty much useless at this point. Economically speaking, Th000 is in the better spot. He is a little bit behind on level 4, level 3 compared to a single level 5, but that all can change extremely quickly, especially now that we have a Goblin Tinker in here as well. A Goblin Tinker with Pocket Factory. If you can actually find room for the Pocket Factory, all of a sudden the cloud does cause a bit of a problem. Death Knight sitting at level 4 off over here. Paladin just going to show up to the party and say, you know what? I'm going to come inside, start holy lighting everything, and that is the game. We are all tied up at 1 game apiece, and unfortunately, I don't have game number 3. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah. If you guys have not already done so, please consider subscribing to me on YouTube. If you guys want to catch me live, definitely follow me on Twitch, or better yet, subscribe on Twitch. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe to me on Twitch for free, and that money actually, the subscription money actually will help me buy more things. I'm looking to get a new camera. People have been saying, hey, why don't you get a backdrop so we don't see what's behind you, or an actual ring light so that there's not all of these weird shadows on my face while I'm casting. All things that perhaps hope for the best. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.